There we go. That's what I was waiting on. All right.
Recording in progress.
All right, cool. So we good to go now. All right, guys. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Had a small technical difficulty there. But yeah, we are back at it. Today is Tuesday, June 17th. Time to go over these charts. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, leave it in the comment box. All right. Or the comments, and we will get back to it. Cool. So let's jump right into the charts. I will share my screen here. We had news at 8:30, which was so not too much going on. Look at this damn thing, man. All right. So EC is looking like the play of the day, guys. The thing is, we don't have a close above the 13 EMA on the 4-hour chart just yet. So technically it's not ready, but it could turn into a scratch the itch account trade in like the next 40 minutes. So we'll go over it in a quick second. All right, so starting from the top, as always, with NAS 100 NQ. As you guys can see, just like yesterday, as I mentioned, this is already really high. We're literally points away from the all-time high here. So definitely don't want to be trying to buy this, right? We'd be looking for more of a move going short, right? So something like this, break below, retest this area, give us that M structure off the 200 and short. Market baseline will go below the static, back above for the reload, right? And we'd be interested in the move going short towards the 800 EMA. Break and retest. That's really what we're looking for on this move. Just like the other two, really, which would be US 30, right? This one's a little funky because the 200 is so close together already. So you kind of wouldn't want to try to take that. It's a little too tight, right? So we got the fresh 5200 cross, which we were looking for, right? Coming off this peak, right? Went down. You would be looking for some type of M structure back going here. You can see market baseline is pointing up. You need to go above the static for that reload, right? And then obviously you're going to end up trying to short it here. But the thing is, like I just mentioned, this might be a little tight, maybe, depending on where you can actually get in at. So just be careful with it. Once it gets to the 800 EMA, definitely want to have stops to break even, and maybe you can even target this low here. So almost a 2-for-1. But again, be careful with this one because it's pretty tight. All right, so be on the lookout for that. That's not happening just as of yet, so this might be out of play for today. Next up, we have S&P 500. S&P is kind of interesting because it's trying to make this like little combo trade off this 200. So we got the W here. Next up, remember, is the break and retest of this area. So kind of got something like this going long. Market baseline is now above the static. There's no need for a reload on this particular setup. And that move will look something like this. Boom. All right, so almost a 2-for-1. Not the prettiest, and this level is already pretty high. So you're taking a small pullback back into a higher level. So just be careful with this too, basically. This one's a little off, just a little bit. Right? Maybe you can get something right here. I'll just check this out. Oh shit, check this out. All right, boom. All right, so when it gets there, I'd like to know. So just got that alert there. Next up is gold. Gold typically would be the master trade, but this is very tight as well. We got the 1350 cross. Price went down. It didn't touch the 200, but by the time it comes back and pulls and hits the 50 and drops, it's pretty tight, right? You have to risk basically moving a stop to break even too early because you definitely have to move it to break even once it gets to the 200. Target could be the 80-yard low or the 800 EMA, right? Market baseline is already below the static. You would need the RSI line and signal line to come up and kind of drop. and try to take this move. I'm going to stay away from this one. It's a little too tight for me. This isn't a great setup, but that is the move if you did want to try to attempt the gold trade today. All right. Silver is nothing. This thing that just shot all the way up after sitting here for forever. So this is dead. It's not a play in sight for this one. Crude oil, same exact thing. Nothing's here. This thing is just super high. We already had the 5,200 cross. We had this slight move off the 200 for the reload. The next move is for it to turn around. We don't want to be trying to buy more into this. This is already really high. Next up is Bitcoin. As you can see, Bitcoin is kind of making the move that we predicted, right? We already have the 5,200 cross. We got this funky M looking pattern going short. Target would be this 800. We already have the reload happening as well, right? Not the cleanest. I'm going to stay away from this one, but that is the move if you did want to take it short. Definitely want to make sure your stop loss has been moved to break even at around this price. So 104,566, right? Just in case. Next up is, we'll skip over the peso. Next up is Euro USD. Euro USD is nothing. This is really high as well. Just going to leave this one alone. This needs to turn around and come back the other way. All right, more of a move like this. As we mentioned, break, retest, and off the 200, short towards the 800 for the target. Market baseline go below the static, back above for the reload. All right, that is not happening just yet, so this is a pass. EJ is absolutely nothing. This thing is sky high. I'm not going to even attempt to mark this up. Just need to just turn around altogether. All right, back this way. Same exact thing. We're interested in this move. Only shorts. All right. Next up is Euro DCAD. Euro DCAD is kind of breaking my heart a little bit. This move was so close to setting up 25 minutes ago. Has everything it needs, guys, except one thing, which we'll get into here. We got the 5,200 cross. We have the W structure, which is really nice because it's a what we call like a 22 trade. 2 legs there, 2 legs here. Next up is for this to just run up. All right, market baseline is already below the static for the reload. Everything about it is nice, except there is no 4-hour close. This active candle or open candle does not count. This last candle counts. And as you see, price is below this red 13 EMA. Had it closed above, this would be good to go. But as you can see, they teased us, came back, closed below. Now they're kind of running up a little bit. So keep your eyes on this. This could be a scratch the itch trade. Don't take this with a full position just in case because it's slightly riskier. Right, so just watch it. If this does close above the 50 at 10 Eastern, this would be good to go for a scratch the itch trade. Again, do not put your full position on this because it's a little iffy. All right, next up is Euro NZD. Euro NZD is looking kind of how we projected it to look. Right, nearly everything is happening according to prediction. And we just need that close above this area, right? For that W off the 200. That's why this is labeled as that alert, because that's all this bad boy is missing. And of course, the 4-hour close as well. So that would be that move. This price is around 9,100. All right. Next up is EG. EG is nothing. This is dead. This is way too far away at this point. Just need to turn around. Euro AUD. There's a lot of people short Euro AUD, which I'm aware of. And that move looks something like stop losses up here, targets here. Right? There's no setup for this, really. I just know a lot of people who are short this move right now. So this, for me, is more long than short. Reason being is we have the 5200 cross, right? Once that 5200 cross, once this 5200 crosses, I'm looking for more moves like this, the W structure off the 200 and going back long, right? Market baseline is already below the static, so it's creating a reload. And this would be more of a long move. Close above the 50, and even target these highs. Stops below the swing point. Damn. That's what I see here on Euro AUD. But nonetheless, that is the play. Next up is GU. GU is funky. Don't even know what the hell is going on with this guy. Let's take this off. Yeah, this looks super weird. If I was to reach, I would say first 5200 cross. All right. This did create this W structure. However, as you can see, market baseline is above the static, so there's no real reload. This will need to come below, back above, and kind of give you something like that to go long. But this is sloppy. I'm not interested in GU as of right now. Next up is GJ. GJ attempted to play out yesterday like the rest of the JPY pairs, NJ, AJ. So this is really nothing. It gave us like I can't count this, but it is a second cross. But some quasi head and shoulders thing going long a little bit. Kind of funky looking. Not the easiest to see. But today, this is nothing. GA. GA is... Come on, where's the TDI at? Come on here. All right, there we go. GA is a little bit difficult. Well, I guess it's not too difficult, but we got the first 5200 cross. We need price to come up, make that M structure. Going back short here. Market baseline is already below the static, but it needs to come back above for the reload. Right. Price stops here. We got to close and target this area here. All right, so that would be the move. That'll take a second to happen. So GA is not ready yet. GC. I'm not sure. Okay. GC is nothing. This is really, really low. If anything, we want this to turn around and start going the other way. All right, give us something like this. And try to catch this move going long. So this is nowhere near being close to set up, so we'll pass on that one. GN. GN, we got a fresh 5200 cross. All right, so we're looking for this M structure off this 200 going short. Market baseline is below the static. It needs to come above for the reload. And that move will look something like this. Target is ADR low. Entry here. Nice, nearly 1 for 2.5. Not bad at all. That is not happening just yet. It'll take a second. So this is a pass. GF. GF is just now getting to close to the 200. We got the first 5200 cross. Market baseline is already above the static, so that's good. Just need that to finish off with a reload. This is outside the band, but it hasn't really touched the 200. You want to see it actually touch it and then drop. Right? That's not happening just yet, so that is a pass. USD CAD. USD CAD is so low that we need to wait for it to turn around. All right? Give us a break. W off the 200 going long. This move. That'll take a minute to happen. So this is a pass. UF. UF is in the same boat. UF is also pretty low. This needs to come down. See another leg right there. That'll give us a little bit more confirmation. Break, retest, and then go long. That'll take a minute to happen. So nothing today. All right, I don't know why. Not sure why that's doing that, but UJ is pretty integral. Oh, whoops, that's why I was doing that. Okay, makes sense. All right, UJ is a little funky. We got this first 5,200 cross here. We would need price to basically come back down, give us that W structure off the 200. Market baseline would need to go below the static, back above for the reload. That'll take a second to happen. So this is a pass. AUD CAD was super close as well to setting up. This actually might happen in Asia, guys. So be careful or be on the lookout for this one. We got the 5,200 cross. We got the first leg, which is outside the band, as you can see. Next one inside the band. As long as it can flip over and close below this price, we got AUD CAD M off the 200 at price 88.50. Right? Market baseline is already above the static for the reload. This almost has everything it needs. Just need to close below the 50 and, of course, the 13 on the 4-hour chart. All right, so we'll leave this here. This is close to setting up for today. AUD CAD and EURD CAD are the best plays for today. So be on the lookout for both of them. NU is funky. This is nothing. Yeah, we got way the 5,200 cross way back there. So this is nothing for us. This is a pass. We got another one. NZD CAD is very close to AUD CAD. If you can get this closed below, stops above here, and target this low here, this would be good. Price at around 82.15, 82.13, somewhere around there. Just like ACAD, we have outside the band, inside the band. We already have the reload happening. This would be good to go. So watch out for NCAD as well in Asia. NF, same thing, right? I don't know why this is so huge like that. Sweet. So same exact thing. We got the 5,200 cross. All right. Outside the band, market baseline is above the static for the reload. Just missing this close below on NF for the M off the 200 as well. All right. Stop to go above. You can target this low. Nice 1 for 2.5 nearly. So watch this one in Asia as well. Lots of Asia, possible Asia setup. So make sure you guys check them out. Set your alerts, set your alarm, whatever you need to do. AUD USD is funky. Yeah, this is pretty funky. Let's see. Yeah, so we got the 5,200 cross here. This does not count as the W because market baseline is still above the static. The W pattern is here. First leg, second leg, run up, bounce. You could take this as a money trade going long, but this is very funky. I wouldn't want to touch this. It just looks off. And then you have no, oh, that's what it is. It's hitting the highs. There's no target to the left that you can actually attempt to set your targets at. So even if you did attempt to take this, let's say you put your stop below here, try to target here, you're risking it, right? You're risking $1 to make 85 cents. So the R to R is off on this play. This one is no bueno. This one's not good. So this is a pass. That's why it's so ugly. AF is another one that can possibly set up in Asia, right? We have the 5,200 cross, looking for that M structure off the 200. As you can see, outside the band, inside the band, we already have the reload. Price needs to close below say 52.95 for the M off the 200 on AF. So again, guys, lots of possible setups in Asia. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of them. And if I didn't say it already, make sure you do not put your full position on any of these in Asia, right? Be careful with them. Asia has low volume. I don't always like to put my full position on. I'm not sure why this is doing this right now. Weird. All right, so we were on AF. Let's get back to AF. So yeah, that is that. Next up is EF. EF. Oh, my button's getting stuck. That's what's happening. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, EF looks really funky. If we was to reach a bit, we could say that 5,200 crossed here. This doesn't count because market baseline is still above the static. This could count. So yeah, actually it does. Let's look at the. Yeah, this is pretty interesting here. It's like right on it. So maybe not. This definitely was the move off the 200, but it market baseline turned to the downside. So this is ugly altogether, guys. Just ugly. CAD yen. CAD yen tried to make the same move as AJ from yesterday, but as you can see, market baseline crossed, and we had a bounce off the 50 a few times. So this is nothing for today or yesterday for that matter. FJ is weird. It's really high. We're going to leave this one alone as well. This needs to turn around, right? Something like this, break below, give us that M structure to 200 and drop towards the 800. Market baseline go below the static, back above for the reload. This will take a minute to happen. So this is a pass for today. CAD Swiss is also close. Right now, this may or may not happen in Asia. This might happen in London. I really want to take CAD Swiss in Asia because it is not either one of those are Asian pairs. So maybe if you're a London trader and you saw this setting up, this would not be a bad setup at all. Right? Close stops above, can target below here. This price is at 59.77. So nice close below there would not be bad for a London session if you're up.
Where are you at?
Yep.
With it looking like that 5,200 or so close, would that possibly mess you up?
You mean right here?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. So it hasn't crossed yet. If this does cross, like say it does something like this, then yeah, you want to be careful with it if it does cross. But right now it's just really close to it. It could easily, let me delete these. It could easily just drop right here and you'd be good to go. You just don't want these two to cross. If it does cross, you definitely want to have a huge shift candle to the downside. But yeah, as of right now,
it's like close is fine, but cross is wrong.
Exactly. You don't want it to cross because if these two cross, it's going to cross back up to the upside and the EMAs will be out of order at that point. Right. So as long as they're close but didn't cross, it's fine. But if these do cross and the 50 is above the 200 at that point, you got to leave it alone at that point. But yeah, close is fine, just not crossing. And actually, I think we got another example of it on AJ. I'll point it out in a second here. So that was CAD Swiss. AN was nothing. There was way too many bounces off this 200. Like crosses all the way back here, right? And this was the M off the 200 way back here. So all of this touching is nothing. You don't want to mess with this at all. So this is a pass. Then we had AJ, right? So this is exactly what I was pointing out. So you see how Now, this one's a little bit different, so maybe not the best example, but this one gave us a head and shoulders. So with the head and shoulders, sometimes this does create this funky little pattern, which, as you can see right here, this crossed to the downside. How can you take this long if it crossed to the downside? You see what I'm saying? But this is a little bit different, again, because it's the head and shoulders pattern. So not exactly right, but yeah, just be careful with that particular move. Even on here, when this was taken yesterday, at this point, pretty much the EMAs were so close that it looked like, that's what I was mentioning about this shift candle. You want like a decent sized candle to actually show up to attempt to cross the EMAs back to where they were, in essence. So I say think
with the shift candle, then you could have taken it, even though that crosses in the middle.
Yep. And then mainly because this candle, this green candle right here, I'll scoot this over, closed above all of this structure. We got one structure, 2, 3, 4. This one green candle closed above all of that right here. If you look at the one right before, you see it went up there, but closed back below within the structure. So they was testing it. But this next green one, that closed above all of this, that was the sign right there. He was good to go. Right. But yeah, great question. Just be careful with it. And it don't happen all the time, but it can happen. You don't want the EMAs to cross though, and then you think you can't take the trade, and then it sets up right in front of you, and you don't take it because of that. Yep. And so that was AJ yesterday. That one went through decently well. Couldn't take the full thing off because it moved so slow. We did have the 5,200 cross. We had the pattern, head and shoulders pattern off the 200. Closed above. As soon as that closed above right there, you were good to go. Right, stops went below. Target was this swing point here. So not bad at all. It didn't give us the full one. This is the 2 Asian pair, so I only took this for half anyway, so it was only half the position on. But around 355, I closed it because I don't want to pay any swap to the next session. And it was only about half that position. So only a quarter was made off this move yesterday. But the fact of the matter is, the pattern, everything that you needed was there. Everything. And then lastly, we have NJ. NJ did make the move just like AJ, except this one is ugly, guys. Like, reason being is this 5,200 crossed here, right? And the pattern was actually right here on this one. Why? You can tell easily the market baseline went below the static. So this was the first one, and this was the second move. You don't take the second moves. They're much more riskier. And if you do take the second move, don't put the full position on there. We don't take it personally at all. So just leave it alone. But if you look at AJ, once again, you can see this one's different. 5,200 crossed right here, right? But if you follow the market baseline, you see this is where it happened. So this was the first move on this one. But on NJ, it was the second move. That's why AJ was able to been taken. It wasn't. Right. And that is about it. I just want to go over all of those again because that'll take a second. But the main two was AUD CAD. Make sure you're watching out for this move here, going short, and Euro CAD going long here. Right. So be on the lookout for these. All right. And that will do it, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comments and we will answer them. Other than all the links are in the description as well. Website, Patreon, Discord, our webinar, if you fill out the form, everything's there. So check that out. And we will catch you guys on the next one.